Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. I'm very excited about today's video. It's my monetization slash first YouTube paycheck video. Wall, that line is really bothering me. There we go. I also am not an expert on Google AdSense or YouTube monetization or YouTube analytics. I am not an expert in any of that, but I am going to just kind of go over what my experience has been like, how I got monetized, how long it took me to get monetized, and I'll tell you guys what my first paycheck was. It's not anything crazy, but I know that people get curious about that, so I will go through all of that with you guys and just do the best that I can to explain the process. I have a chair right here with my laptop on it, so if I'm looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. The first subject we are going to talk about is basically just how to get monetized in the first place. So if you have a YouTube channel and you are on your way to getting monetized, or that is your goal in the future, you probably know the requirements, but I will go through them anyway. Basically, you have to hit 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and then once you hit those, apply to the YouTube Partner Program. To get approved, your channel has to be good, no copyright issues, all that. But once you get approved, then you are officially monetized. You can go back through all of your videos and put ads on all of them. Those are the two main requirements, basically subscribers and watch hours, but then to get approved, your channel has to be all good. This is bright. Once you are monetized and ads are on your videos, congrats. Huge accomplishment, I think. But once that happens, you can't actually get a paycheck or get paid unless you hit the $100 threshold, which doesn't seem like a lot. It sounds like, oh yeah, like I'll hit that in like 2 weeks. But it is it's different for everyone, but for me, it was a very slow progression, and I will get into that later on in the video. But some people make $100 in a month. Some people, it might take 6 months. It just depends on how often you upload, if people are watching your videos, if people are watching your ads, which, by the way, it took me a second to like figure this part out, but I believe that if someone gets an ad on your video that is 30 seconds or longer, they don't have to watch the entire ad. As long as they watch 30 seconds of it, it should count and you should get some sort of revenue from that. But if it's 30 seconds or less, then people do have to watch the entire ad all the way through in order for you to get anything from it. But people do watch ads. It's easier than you think, and it's more common than you think for people to actually watch an ad. You do have to create a Google AdSense account. I don't think that you can do that until you get approved for the YouTube Partner Program, but once you have a Google AdSense account, that is kind of the hubbub for YouTube monetization. So it'll have your payments and your account, your bank info, all that stuff is in Google AdSense, and that account should update around the 11th of every month. So let's say you get monetized. I got monetized April 1st, I believe. Got approved for the YouTube Partner Program in like a day, so I set up my account, and I think I made like $1 or $2 the first day that I was monetized. But every cent that I was making showed up in my YouTube Analytics app, my YouTube Studio app, but it did not show up in Google AdSense until around the 11th of the month. And then you get your paychecks between the 21st and the 26th, I believe, of the following month. So it's currently August. I got paid for the previous months this month. So any money that I make or that I have made this month of August, I'm not going to get it until September 20 something. So that pretty much covers how you get monetized and the gist of Google AdSense. I don't know a ton about it. It's honestly kind of a confusing thing. I mean, I've only ever gotten one YouTube payout, so I don't know much about Google AdSense as a whole. I just know what I've seen and what I've been through. Once you get monetized, it's not like, oh, you have, what, 10,000 views on this video. Those aren't gonna count towards your monetization. It's gonna start with the views that you get from April on, if that makes sense, or whenever you get monetized. to get into my channel, I started YouTube. I posted my very first video June 7th of 2020, which was a little bit over a year ago. So I hit my 4,000 watch hours on April 1st, 2021 of this year. I'm not entirely sure when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I think that I probably hit 1,000 in February. That is my guess, because when I hit my 4,000 watch hours, it was 4,016 hours. I had about 1,200 subscribers. It's a good thing I wrote that down. I actually didn't get an email saying you're eligible to apply for the YouTube Partner Program. I was just checking my analytics constantly because I knew I was so close. I checked one day and realized I had all the requirements, and when you go into the studio, on the side there's a monetization tab, and when you're not monetized yet, you can't really do anything, and it just says like, this is how many subscribers you have to go, or how many watch hours you have to go before you are eligible. But I went there and I could actually click and apply to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program, so I did. I did it that same day, April 1st, and I got an email saying that I was approved April 2nd. I've watched some people's monetization videos, and some people say that it took 2 weeks for them to get approved. I didn't honestly really know what to expect, but I had set myself up to wait a while because I just didn't want to get my hopes up. But it took a day. The same day that I had gotten approved, I went through all of my videos and turned on monetization. That is it for how I got monetized and what that process was like for me. Then it was kind of just a waiting game for like my first paycheck. So at first I was looking at my YouTube Studio app like every single day to see like, oh my gosh, how much money am I making? And it started off where it would increase every day, and I thought that's how it was gonna be forever. But when you open it and it says your estimated revenue, I'm pretty sure it's an average for the whole month. And since April was the first month that I had been monetized, it was increasing every day because the average kept adjusting. But I think I was making a few cents a day, maybe $1 a day. Actually, yeah, I think I was making like $1 a day, because I would go in one day and it would be like $2, and then the next day it'd be $3, and it just kept going up. So I was like, oh my gosh. But then I figured it was an average once it got, I think, to the end of the month, and it was around $30-something, and it just kept jumping between like 31 and 30, and I was like, how am I losing money? Like, what's happening? But then I was like, wait, it's probably just an average of the whole month, and it was. So I will go into how much I made each month before I got my first paycheck. I felt like sad because it took 4 months for me to hit the $100 threshold. $100 is not a lot. Honestly, I got monetized at like not the very best time, because right when I got monetized was like the end of junior year, and I had stopped doing 2 videos a week. So my analytics overall just like decreased because I wasn't posting as much. I wasn't as consistent as I had been throughout the year. And then of course I got monetized and I was like, but I'm not posting as much. Like, what do I do? Anyway, now I will talk about how much money I made in the first month that I was monetized, and then we'll go to the second month, the third month, the fourth month, basically up until I actually got my first check. And it also was not a physical check. It just was deposited into my bank account. So right now there's April at the bottom there, and if you look here, my estimated revenue, April I made $31.94. But for me, after my first month, I was like, oh my gosh, like I made actual real money from YouTube. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the rest of this down here means. So that's how much I made in April. Then May came and I made less, and that's why I saw my average go down from 31 to 30 and then 29, and I was like, why am I losing money? But I wasn't losing money, my average was just going down. So in May I made $29.50. 31 plus 29 is not 100, so I was like, okay, not getting a check yet, let's move on. June came. I did better than April and May. So in June I made $35.26. That's right there. July, I did kind of okay. That's where it started picking up because I had my App State tour. I don't know if I actually posted that in July or if it was June and then it actually started generating revenue in July. But I posted that video that did really well, and then I also posted a deep cleaning video, which which I didn't expect for that to do as well as it did. And then I also think that in July I posted my family beach vlog. That also did better than my average view count. So in July, I actually made $72.74, and I was like, okay, like we're getting somewhere. So those were the 4 months that I was monetized, the first 4 months. Don't be like, oh, she's gonna make like so much money, because you just saw those numbers. Like, it's not an insane number, I promise you. It's not to brag at all. I'm not trying to be like,
I made money from YouTube, so.
Not what I'm trying to do. I just know that people are curious about this, and I also know it's not a huge number, so I'm like, whatever. That money went into my account August 23rd, which was like a week ago, and it was, drumroll please, it was $169.44. I'll take it. That was the first chunk of money that I got from YouTube. I guess I'll show you guys August. So the money that I have made so far in August is around $90. It's weird because it took me about 3 months to hit $90 at first, and now it's been 1 month and I hit that, but I think it's just because the back to school period of time in the year is just a good time for YouTube. That's what I think I'm learning, is like July and August are just good months for YouTube, and so I'm not getting my hopes up about it or anything, but it is something that I feel like I should be proud of to even make anything at all. But it took a long time, as you can tell. Like, it took me 4 months to reach $100, and I am very satisfied and pleased with my less than $200. I am perfectly okay with that. It just takes time to organically grow, and I'm okay with that because it's fun to watch. The biggest tip that I have is consistency, because I noticed that when I got monetized in April, it wasn't as consistent, and I think that's why it took me so long to get actual money. Consistency is key. I know everybody says that, but it is like the truest thing I've ever heard, especially when it comes to YouTube. Like, literally just keep going. Obviously take breaks when you really need to, but be consistent with it and you will see benefits. That was a lot of information. I hope I explained things well enough. I would suggest watching more than one video if you're trying to understand monetization and Google AdSense and stuff. I would definitely watch more than one. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like it down there and subscribe down there. You can tell my room has been fallified. I do have a fall decorate with me video from this year up on my channel, so if you haven't seen that already, definitely go watch it. That's gonna be it. Do all of the things, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I don't know why I'm out of breath. 30 days out of September, it was 30 days. Yeah. What is the date today?